Tonight we're here with Ben Klick at the Rockin River Fest. He just got off stage and you did a great performance tonight. It was a lot of fun. And so you're from Kamloops. Did you grow up in Kamloops? Where are you from?
Well, actually, I'm born in Vancouver, but in 2000, I believe it was 2006, I moved up to West Kelowna, and I've been there ever since. My drummer is actually the fellow who's from Kamloops. So yeah, I've been in West Kelowna ever since, and it's absolutely phenomenal. The country music background, the support that's there. Kamloops has this incredible support group as well. I mean, the Okanagan is this like hub of supportive people. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it.
And so I know you're a member of the BC ECMA, and what have they done for you there?
The BC ECMA, you know, have been fantastic. I mean, Linda as the president, she lives about 10 minutes from my house in West Kelowna, and I call her my mom. She's literally like probably one of the sweetest and nicest people I have ever met, besides you, Kelly. And you know, it's been like, they've given me video opportunities at the Cloverdale Rodeo last year. They've helped me get this spot on the Rockin River Music Festival stage this year. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic being a part of that family of the BC ECMA. Yeah.
So this is your first time here at Rockin River?
You know what? 4 years ago, originally I did the competition that's on stage. That's on stage right now, the Road to the Rockin River Music Festival. And I competed in that through Kamloops, and it was a karaoke competition at the time. And I contacted Lewis, the radio host of Country 103, and I said, hey, can I bring my guitar to one of the nights? And he said, sure. So I went up to Kamloops, plugged it in, sang a couple songs, and ended up winning the competition. They sent me to Rockin River that following year, and Brad Paisley is one of my humongous influences, both guitar-wise and music-wise. So I ended up, on the same day that he was playing, I played on the beer garden stage, and then they sent me over and told me that they were going to have me meet him that night. I ended up meeting my guitar idol, and fast forward 3 years, I do another competition through the BC ECMA to get on the stage that's actually just over on that side of the building, and I played that stage, and then 2 years later, here we are on the B stage on the kickoff party night of the Rockin River Music Festival in 2017. Like, it's been a crazy ride.
Perfect. And so, where are you headed after this?
We're actually going down to tomorrow. Tomorrow is our sleep-in day, I'm going to call it. It's the kayaks, it's the sleep-in. Then we're going to go to Sunfest on Vancouver Island on Saturday. We're getting up at 6. We're going to go down to, we're picking up my drummer in Merritt at 7:30-ish, hitting the ferry at noon, going over to the other side of going over the island, and then hitting up the Rockin River Music Festival, or sorry, the Sunfest stage. And we're opening for Tim Hicks and Toby Keith on Saturday night.
Well, that should be a lot of fun. So, how did you know that music was where you wanted to be?
When I was 4, I had this little Fisher-Price guitar and a purple microphone. And basically what happened was my grandparents' place, they'd have Shania Twain records playing constantly. And I'd be singing at the top of my lungs this Shania Twain. I was, man, I feel like a woman. I'd shake everything, right? And that was my thing. And I'd do that, and then they surprised me with 3 tickets to a Shania Twain concert at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. And about 3 days ago, I was looking at the ticket stubs and thinking, this is where I started, and now look at where we are. Look at where the band is. And I watched the guitar player and I watched Shania Twain. My eyes were glued on the two of them. And at that point, I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm driving home and with Mom and Dad, and they said, so what'd you think of the concert, buddy? And I said, I want to do that when I'm older, and that's it. So I asked for a guitar at 4 years old, and in the family, there's no musical background. We've looked in the family tree and there's nothing in the history of the Klicks. And yeah, so it was, we looked back in this family tree and nothing, and they gave me a hockey stick, and that didn't stick. I still can't skate to this day. I hold the boards and that little red thing, and it's like, oh, and I still wobble and fall on my face. So it was that. And then 5 years old, I asked for another guitar. They finally got me this little half-size acoustic guitar, little nylon string. And that was my starting point, and I got straight into lessons after Christmas. And it was the task of finding this guitar teacher who would teach this little twerp with the attention span of an ant. And that's how it all got started. Is from 4 years old, guitar at 5, and now we're here.
And so, if you could meet any artist, country or other, who would it be?
I would absolutely love to meet Keith Urban and or Mr. Garth Brooks. Those are my two at the top of the list right now. And I know Garth's going to Calgary, and I know Keith Urban's not coming here for a little bit. But I was talking to my producers earlier, and it made me think of Keith Urban himself, because when we recorded the last couple of singles down in Nashville, I had part of Keith Urban's band play on the record, and it gave me that little bit of a connection, and thought, oh man, Keith Urban's one of my influences. I'm having his live band play on the record, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Now, Nashville obviously is a huge place to be. Do you get down there often? I know there's a lot of our BC guys down there right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a huge place to go.
You know, I go down 2 or 3 times a year, either on writing trips or recording trips, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's an inspiring bowl valley of songwriters and musicians and artists. And you walk off the plane and you see a busker busking in the little Tootsie's place in the airport, and you think, man, like, why are you not signed? Because it's that cool down there. It's everywhere you go, it's like that. You never know who you're going to see on the street. That's the other cool part.
So what's in the near future for you, music-wise?
You know, we're going, other than finishing off the What's Going On 2017 tour at the end of September, there's a date coming up with the Chris Buck Band in November in Lake Country. So we're doing that when we hit into the November months. And then I'm heading back down to Nashville in early December to record a few more singles. And we'll be coming back from that and just doing a bunch of writing, recording, and then getting ready for the next album release. There's no date set yet, but the goal is to have it out for early summer of next year and ready to go for the next tour.
Well, we look forward to that, and thank you so much for doing this interview with us, and have a great time in Sunfest.
Thank you very much, Kelly. I appreciate it. It's good to meet you guys.